Hey, welcome back to another episode of World of Horror. This is episode 9. As I said in the previous video, I'm just going to do like endless mode and maybe do 1 or 2 rounds of that, see how quickly it goes. Maybe we'll see if we can get to 50 times around. I'm just gonna go with this one, Aiko, just simply because she's like, you know, kind of well-rounded character. We're just gonna go with Goizo. Kind of demonstrated at the end of the last episode. Just grab that experience, that like, grab the experience, grab the money, check out our fit for the day. I like this one. I like the kind of like Leatherman jacket, I guess. Letterman jacket. Yeah, so like explained, it's just endless. If you investigate, this is actually not a bad place to get a lot of your achievements that are going to require you to go and do something over and over and over again until you get certain events to happen. But the way you do a turn is you actually investigate the circled spot. So if you don't investigate the circle spot, you don't, you know, increase the turn. This door shouldn't be here. It shouldn't lead anywhere. More importantly, it shouldn't pull you in. We're going to enter because resisting could make us be pulled in anyway, and we lose reason. Lost in time and space, you drift in nothingness until something pulls you towards the light. The temperature abruptly drops, and you shudder in an icy cold. In the icy cold, you find yourself in the middle of a snowy wasteland. A sudden gust flings you to your knees. You inhale deeply, feeling your chest tighten and ache. Your fingers and your ears are already numb and freezing. You have to move. Move towards the pyramid. Check the icy coast. Give up. Just check the icy coast. Either way, you get frostbite. Perception check. Failure. In this one, no matter what you do, you get frostbite. The only way to take care of it is to go get the doctor to take care of it. What frostbite does is you lose 2 strength. Countless corpses of a long-gone tribe are encased in the ice. Their eyes follow your every movement. Plus 5 doom. So we're just gonna go ahead and go to the doctor's office. While we're here, we're gonna grab those pills. Pills here. And then we're just gonna pay to get it taken care of. I'm gonna try and just go ahead and get the steak knife. She's got pretty good dexterity, so this is a dex weapon, so it works pretty good for her. I spent technically 2 turns not progressing it. Okay, the investigation is starting to take a toll on you, on your health. You feel like you're about to fall asleep standing up. How should you address this weakened state? Buy coffee. If you have money, basically you buy coffee. Take a nap. I think it gives you some stamina back, but you cost doom. And jog around the block can either cost you stamina or gain you reason. Luckily, it gave us some reason. This quick exercise helps you clear your mind. Alright, investigating the mansion. In the mirror, you catch a glimpse of something that shouldn't be there. I think this is a Goizo specific one, and if you haven't already noticed, this is kind of the one that like the thumbnail is based off of. Trail goes cold. It might be time for a different approach. Could similar cases have occurred in the past? Trip to the library might be a good idea. It's a waste of time, or study issues of local newspaper. I think if you get if you have the paranoia stat, which is a curse, by the way, it's not good to have it, but like if you have it, it gives you more experience. Knowledge check failure. It was a complete waste of time. You spent the whole day reading about cute dogs and giant vegetables and the occasional accident. You find nothing relevant to the case at hand. +5 doom. While taking an elevator, you get a terrible feeling as if something bad is about to happen. The elevator doors open. Luck check successful. The elevator doors open, revealing a hospital corridor. You can lose like doom or reason. I think it's reason there. You overhear a fisherman talking with somebody. I wish the fish didn't look like that. The town's docks are mixed of modern warehouses, small shops, and bars where the alternative crowds gather. Ancient wooden temple occupies the small hill on the town center. Well, praying at the temple gives you more reason, but we're max reason. Warehouse job can give you money, and recruiting an ally can get you an ally. We're going to try that. Charisma check successful. I think you lose stamina if you mess up. It didn't take long to find someone willing to join you at the bar. You explain everything, and you know, so far, over a few drinks, one ally. Fujiko, your kick action deals more damage, additional damage. Cool. That's actually pretty good. So, cold air suddenly fills your mouth. It tastes metallic. Before you can react, you hear a low growling sound coming from behind you. It's Canis, the lunar cat. So there's one character, like I was talking about when I first did the customized one. There's this one character you unlock that is like the worst character ever. The gimmick is really cool, and he's super dependent on the gimmick, but he's like the worst ever. Wait. Why is it suddenly so dark outside? You stand by the window and take a look. Black smog emerges from the courtyard, coating everything in an oily vapor. Run from the window. Dexterity. How did the dexterity check fail? I'm like 8 dexterity. You run from the window. Faint whispers come from the smog itself. Will haunt you for weeks. So yeah, this character, his whole gimmick is that he like stole the Necronomicon from like some people, and like every level you get, you can get more pages of the Necronomicon, which does more things, and he's super reliant on it. And he's like, it's about juggling Doom, because there's a couple, like there's at least one page that lets you lower Doom for experience points. You pay experience points to lower Doom, but it's like by 3, but everything else raises it like up by almost 10. And his stats are trash garbage. Like he can't hit the broadside of a barn with a blunderbuss, if you know what I mean. Hearing footsteps, you turn around. Behind you stands a pretty woman in a sweater. Natural beauty. Yes, this is exactly what I need. You shudder seeing the weird woman reach into her pocket and produce a nasty looking knife. Pretty face. Mind if I borrow it? We got the aspiring model. We're just gonna like, we're gonna do a knife fight. We're gonna fight for our lives. Knife fight. And we get some lucky earrings, which give us more luck. Oh yeah, we can't equip it here, because we're technically still in battle, even though we're not. I'm gonna go ahead and take these painkillers too. Got me and my pal there. Something pulls you towards the beach. A statue half buried in the sand is calling you. Feeling your hand shaking, you take a step closer. Take it home or ignore it. Ignore it. Success. Despite your sudden desire, you get a hold of yourself. Moving away from it, you quickly forget the whole encounter. 5 experience. I don't think it actually... I think it's one of those things that it doesn't actually do anything in the game. It's just in your apartment. But I know one of the old gods was released, and it's basically what that statue is. It's Cthulhu, basically. Recently, they hired 2 nurses from Tokyo. No one knows what do they do, nor where they stay after their shifts. That's their business, bro. Select a reward. You can get more money, more reason, or more stamina. We're pretty topped off for stamina and stuff, so we're gonna get some more money. Because we're 17 is our max for both, so it would be kind of a waste. Let's get some more cash in case we need it. I might be able to buy the 10 items I need in this one. Okay. You enter the hospital looking for information about a certain patient. The main corridor is dark and strangely empty. You spot a nurse at the registration booth. She's asleep from exhaustion. Let her sleep. First aid perk. We need a specific character. My favorite character, Mimi. Sneak past her or set trash on fire. I have never snuck past her. Let her sleep gives you nothing. This just costs, I think it costs you reason or doom. The first aid perk is good if you got it, but this one we're just gonna, light some fires and kick some tires. You set the trash can on fire. It causes widespread panic, but it allows you to rummage through the cabinet and find information you need, plus 10 experience. Hospital threat level up 1. But yeah, we're gonna take the wine. If you take the meat and you eat it, you can get a status effect, which, we're trying to get to 50 here with these turns. So, Mr. O, your neighbor is a horror manga artist. He's struggling to come up with a satisfying ending to his new tale. Share your experience, gives you money. Let him come up with something else is like nothing, and this could actually cause you a lot of problems. So we're going to just share our experience. Incredible, he snouts in an excitement. How do you come up with this stuff? Sensing the story will be a big hit, he pays you a token of appreciation. So minus 15 experience for 2 funds. I would really love it if this was like a board game, but I don't think I'd have anybody to play with. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package sitting on the seat opposite you. It's marked with your name. You reach for the package but hesitate. An icy feeling settles into your pit of your stomach. Examine. Dexterity check somehow fails again. As soon as you pick up the package, you realize what you're holding and drop it in horror. 8 experience. Did I get experience from that? Whatever. I can't. I'm trying to think if I just read that wrong or not. Anyway, no one answers when you knock at Professor Takeuchi's door. This is odd since he's usually punctual about his appointments. The smell of blood tells you that there's something wrong, and you quickly open the door and enter. There's no sign of the professor, but the quantity of blood everywhere leaves little doubt about what's happened. But now, and why? Occult signs, that was the chick, the model. We don't have that. Search for clues or useful item. We got an energy drink. I think it's +1 dexterity to the end of the mystery. This mystery doesn't end, so that's very useful. It will never run out. You rummage through the drawers trying to find anything useful. The sound of the police sirens force you to grab the nearest item and flee the crime from the scene. We got a Red Bull. I'm sorry. Have you seen the doctor? He suddenly disappeared, and I'm not sure whether the surgery is over. Or the forgotten patient. If you think about it, this chick is she just asked us if we know where the doctor is, and we just kind of attack her. Parasitic, yeah, we're gonna cut it open. Cut the tree and quench your thirst with this dark red sap, +3 stamina. A sudden storm forces you into the shelter in a nearby cave. Looking around, you discover strange markings on the wall. Knowledge check. We recognize it, and it's located. It's directly relevant to the events of our town. To the mansion. We gotta go find Luigi. Corpses are strung up on wire. This macabre marionettes with Painted smiles and rosy cheeks. 2 reason minus. Look in the mansion again. You enter a room full of wooden statues. You are amazed how realistic some of them look. So realistic, in fact, that you could have sworn that one of them blinked. And we got to deal with the pillar vampire. There is an item you can get to use on the vampire enemies that insta-kill them, but I don't have it. Let's see. 1 free item, medical kit, spell. Let's go with spell. Unearthly sutures. Receive 1 free injury removal, cost 4 doom. That's better than having the just having the med kit, because like, you know, we now we can just heal ourselves instead of, you know, doing that. Passing by a faulty elevator, its door suddenly opens. You take a step back, noticing a weird tall woman standing in the darkness. Do you live here? I've never seen you. Cyclops' neighbor. Look, I mean, I don't know why we're attacking her. Clearly she was just happy to see us. We're going to go with discipline. Regain 1 stamina for successful event skill checks. Go with reason. We're on turn 21. Okay. You can't shake the feeling that those small dock buildings hide some terrible secrets. Plus 2 doom. Excuse me. Do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other side of the line. You definitely don't like the way the man on the other side of the line puts the accent on real. Hello, are you still there? Yeah, we're gonna listen because we lose 5 doom. Get -3 reason, but we, you know, sometimes you can get up to 10 if I remember correctly. You learn some useful bits of information about your nemesis. However, and if everything the man has said is true, humanity is doomed. You know, it'd be really funny if, like, if somehow there was a way to be like, oh yeah, the world of horror, like that universe is the same universe as Eternal Darkness, Sanity Requiem. Because, like, if we're being honest, they're not that much different. They're both like eldritch horror style, you know, stories, and that deal with like reason, stamina, and all, and magic and stuff. But like, I don't know. Like, I just think it would be really interesting. If I had the game, I would probably do a playthrough of it, but I don't, and I don't feel like paying like $300 for a copy. Maybe if I come into some money at some point, but it is what it is. You're stopped by a masked man wearing a lab coat. He introduces himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that's promised to revolutionize medical, you know, the modern medicine. Holding out a pile of documents, he tells you he can heal your wound. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Got fractured ribs. You later wake up in an abandoned surgical ward without the old part of your with the old part of the hospital with a nasty new wound. The doctor is nowhere to be seen. Sometimes he actually does treat stuff, but we got the money. We can. I just wanted to show what happened since last time I just kind of walked away. I just walked away. What walked away? A woman bumps into you as she runs from a beauty parlor. Before you can say anything, you notice her face. She's carved out her own eyes. If I can't see it, she cries. It can't see me, right? You shudder, seeing a faint vision of Goizo reflecting in the beauty parlor's mirror. It reminds me of that one anime. I watched it not too long ago. I don't remember what it's called, but the premise is like a high school student who just all of a sudden gains second sight and can see ghosts and has to pretend like she doesn't see them, because if she notices them and actually acknowledges them, they can actually do her harm. But I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, and I'm probably not going to look it up. A weird bubbling sound lures you into the dark shower room. On the floor, you find a swimsuit torn over a grotesquely leathery coil. Wait, it's not a coil. It's the drain swimmer. The drain swimmer, sometime, depending on the character and stuff, like, and which point in the investigation you are, can be like a run inner, like ender, because for some reason she like always seems to like never get hit if you're like on the 5th mystery or something like that. Impossible angles and seemingly moving lines make your head spin. Stare in disbelief. How is this possible? -1 reason. Oh, I got a discharge summary. Your reflection twists and shimmers when you're not looking at it directly. Goizo is getting closer. Got a curse. Curse signs. Casting spells raises doom. That's fine. We only got 1 spell, and it's not really much use. Blood loss. -10 stamina, max stamina. I don't think there's a way to get rid of that. We're gonna drink this wine. The problem is it lowers every stat by 1, but that's not really a big deal. It's going to be like that until the end of the mystery. The mystery's never going to end until we run out of doom or die or something. The whole building begins to shake as you enter the room. Suddenly, a stone pillar bursts through the floor where you stood just seconds ago. Noticing the arcane symbols painted on the stone, you take a closer look. Touch the stone, retreat from the room, or study the symbols. Let's touch the stone. Dexterity check success. When your fingers touch the stone, the symbols disappear. That's a good thing, right? Plus 10 experience. Oh yeah, we got an empty bottle. So I don't know if I showed it because I don't know if I had one. When you're at the apartment, you can fill up the empty bottle for a bottle of water that gives you 1 stamina, and then there's a couple of events that you could run into where having the empty bottle gives you like an additional ability. Following the ghastly music, you find yourself in a forest. The sound is getting closer. The ribcage woman. So we got to the first 30. Plus stamina, plus reasoning, plus funds. We're going to go with reason. It said that a famous priest died on this rock. Perhaps his mysticism seeped into it? Success. Touching touching it with your hand, you now feel you have a newfound knowledge forming in your mind. Got a spell, skin removal. Deal 6 damage, cost 3 reason. You know what I like about the spells in this game is like you have to really pay a cost for it. It's not just mana. It's like you got to take on a problem to do it. Let's go for it. The head of the one sculpture looks so lifelike. You move closer and raise your hand nervously to touch it. It falls off. A headless person stumbles out of the sculpture room, and it reaches for your head. We got the headless mannequin. Does 1 damage to everything. It's got kind of low power. We get them running shoes. Smaller doom penalty from running from combat. I'm not really gonna run from combat. Because, like, you know, I do want to try to get to 50 turns, but I don't want this to go on forever, you know. Yeah, it's just a corpse. I think we've seen that one enough in previous episodes, I can just skip it. The military exercises make you feel safer, but are the guns enough to stop the unspeakable horrors lurking out there? Plus 4 doom, plus 2 reason. You find yourself in an old, unused part of the hospital. You take a deep breath. The disgusting smell of fallen remains still lingers in the room. It used to be the hospital's mortuary where doctors determine the cause of death. Pull the cloth off the dissection table, search the cabinet. I'm going to check the freezer because it's usually a boss, not a boss fight, but it's usually a fight. You take a peek into the freezer and you can't see anything important. You wonder what could smell so awful in there. There's nothing inside. Nearby, the body of the dissection table twitches slightly. Prepare for combat. The horror of the countless autopsies stand before you. Got Jane Doe. She's a ghost. So we're just gonna sever. The only thing that sucks about severing is like you can only do 2. But, you know, should be able to like eke it out. You hear a faint sound while walking outside the biology classroom. Inside is an old anatomy model. Its heart's beating. The sight almost makes you sick. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to mention it here because I don't really know how long this video is going to be. If it ends up being enough to make a couple of videos, I will probably just split it off. I think it would be kind of anticlimactic just to get to 50 turns and just like cut it out. So I will, you know, just mention it here. I probably won't mention it again. So, if it's long enough, this might be the end of like this video. If it's not, and I end up like losing very quickly or something soon, then it'll probably be the rest of it. But like I said, we'll see. So we'll soldier on from here, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna go look at the village, see what the village has going on. You can see the dog chewing on something in the distance. Is that a human bone? It's the Twisted Dog! He's just happy to see us. And like usual, I'm kind of convinced most of these enemies are just happy to see us and we just attack them. We're at 60 Doom. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing, you struggle to look at it. I don't know why this is a charisma thing, but charisma check successful. Unintimidated by the painting, it gives you a new insight into the madness that possessed your friend. 5 experience. Don't know how that's necessarily a charisma check, but okie dokie. As you walk through the village, props waver in the breeze, following your every movement. -2 reason. If you question your sanity, you lose reason, but, you know, and I think you have to go to the portal anyway. Once again, you stand in the middle of a field frozen in terror. A rip in the reality shows the horrible future of our planet. Seeing the familiar figure looking back at you, you just can't help but wonder if it's our world that's just an illusion. You and the figure get close to the portal, ready to swap places. Where are you? Lost in time and space, you drift to nothingness until something pulls you into the light. A parasitic star is looming over the dying civilization. Is this the fate of our planet as well? Enter the destroyed temple. Further into the... I'm going to dig in the sand. I might get money. I lost some reason. Digging beneath the stone pillars, you unearth a chest. Inside, you find a rotting human head. We're going to get some reason back. And I think I'm going to rest at the house twice. I didn't want to go to the hospital. That's the one thing about the... It's the one thing that sucks about endless mode is it will just change your location even if you want to do something like that again, rest again. So we got 10 more turns, we've got 15%, we might be able to do it, might just be this video, we'll see. Our master is coming and all we can bask in his glory. It's the magician. He does doom damage. Might as well just call him the nameless marine doom guy. It looks like one of the previous owners of this mansion liked to read. Dusty tomes reach the ceiling. You don't have much time, but maybe you could spare a few minutes to look for the books. Let's start with the shelves. Ah, success! The books are covered with a thick layer of dust. However, you notice that one of the tomes must have been placed there recently. From it, you learn a distant worlds and bizarre rituals, plus spell lost reason. But we got this. Yeah, we got some frostbite. And a mangled hand. Mangled hand, we got to get that taken care of. What that, I'll suffer through the frostbite, but the mangled hand, it causes you to lose 1 stamina every time you do damage. So every time you attack, you lose 1 stamina. But I will suffer with the frostbite, which is what, 2 dexterity or 2 strength? 2 strength. I'm not using a strength weapon anyway. See if we can get through these 7. I forgot to read that. It was basically like marking on a tree. You're certain the missing people were here. You're on the right trail. So it's like, I'm not using a weapon that requires strength, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm not punching or kicking anybody. You're surprised to find a well-dressed man sitting on a rock in the middle of the forest. When you get closer, however, you discover that he's wearing a realistic mask that falls to the ground. Do you have a moment to speak about this product? He's the dream salesman. Just kind of, you know, making work out of all of these people. Not really much of a threat, I guess. Something gigantic and invisible leaves a deep void in the sea. It's nothing moving, but you swear it's watching you. 2 reason. Unless something really bizarre happens, we should be able to hit 50 by the time we run out. Loud knocking wakes you up in the middle of the night. Open up! Shouts the deep voice from behind the door. I know you're there. We're gonna get closer. Dexterity check fail. Before you can answer, the door's letterbox suddenly opens and an unknown invader tries to look inside. You lurch back in shock. The man sees you and tries to get in, screaming curses the whole time. A neighbor calls the police and the attacker escapes from your apartment building. Do places still have like the letter trays like that? I've never seen a place like that in like over 15 years, I don't think. A woman jumps out of her apartment covered in gore. Between sobs, she tries to explain what happened. She was taking a shower and suddenly the shower head started spraying blood. A trail of blood leads to the apartment. Calm her down. Charisma check success. The woman sniffs and smiles weakly. You feel like you've prevented something awful. Plus 4 reason. Yeah, this might just be an extra long episode. A tall woman with an unsettling face twitching lips stops you. I'll be your new biology teacher. Could you help me move some stuff to my new office? Sure. Luck to success. Yeah, we got to check that was successful. The creepy substitute teacher hands you some old books to carry. Among the mundane titles, you find one called The Extinction of Mankind. You shudder, feeling that the teacher's gaze on your back. Plus 5. She said she would do anything to be with you, even if it meant cheating death itself. We got the stalker girl. I think she's a vampire. I think that's what the symbol in the top left, because these symbols here tell you what kind of enemy they are. I don't really know all of them, but I think that's the same one that the vampire pillar had. We're going to go with quick thinking, and we're going to go with staminae. We're going to use this occult diary to like lower our doom. And we got the final stand the 3. We're gonna get some money. Why not? Something is wrong. You don't see anyone on the street, and you could have sworn it was crowded just a moment ago. You better hurry out of here. -1 reason. Walking on the beach, you spot a weird colored rock. It seems to be covered with some kind of black algae. Getting closer, you realize it's not a rock. It's a hard place. It's the Drowner Sponge. Alright. It's 10 more doom. You meet with your friend who has recently started her nursing practice. You lazily chat on the roof of the hospital watching the sunset. Now would be the perfect opportunity to ask the recent unearthly events. So if you ask about them, you lose reason, but you gain experience. If you don't ruin the calm moment, you just get 1 reason back. Sometimes it's better not to know. You chat until your friend's break is over. You hear rustling on the other side of our apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. It's the stalker. And once again, it's just Sweet Tooth. He's happy to see us. We got a concussion and a baseball bat. I'm not going to use the baseball bat. The concussion is like -1 knowledge till the end of the current event. There's a character you get that just starts with a concussion, but if you have like if you have the school nurse unlocked, like you can just use the school nurse and it automatically gets rid of it for free. You decided to enter a small shady bar in the docks. Maybe some of the old fishermen can help you in your quest. However, persuading them might be difficult to prove. Difficult. We're going to buy them around. I've never gotten the other one to work. No fisherman will refuse a free round. They tell you tales of sunken cities inhabited by underwater things that are with too many legs. -1 fun plus 5 experience. I wonder if we'll be able to get to 60 before this is up. There's not anything for it as far as I know. Try to avoid mirrors, afraid of what could be waiting for you on the other side. 1 reason. You find an envelope lying on a pillow in your bedroom. Inside is cash and a note that's from someone who has been watching you. They wish you luck in your task and promise to meet you soon. Just how did the envelope end up in your room? +2 funds, -1 reason. Feeling like you're on the brink of losing your mind, you decide to visit your parents' old friend, Father Yasugi. "Hey, kiddo, this isn't the voice I gave you last time, but okay," says the priest who currently moving some boxes in and out of the church building. "Could you lend me a hand?" Lifting the box, you feel your back crackling, but you manage to get it all over with relatively quickly. Afterwards, Father Yasugi invites you inside for a cup of hot tea and a home-baked cookie by one of the parishioners. You explain your situation to him. The priest listens, letting you vent it all out. Like that one Hoobastank song. Out of control. Reflection twists and shimmers when you're not looking in the direction. We got another curse. Oh boy. We're branded. Chance of raising doom with each investigation. They're basically like, we know you're pretty much at the end, but like, we're gonna speed things along. The round window of the Crooked Manor Tower is calling you. You feel like your strength is draining as you stare at it. If you get lost in the light, you go to the other world, like kind of deal. Fight the feeling you lose some stamina or something, but we're going to force into hiding. You spot an old fallen tree and jump behind it. You're still feeling the unnatural light on your skin. Soon things calm down. You're safe. +2 reason, +5 experience. You're going to get some more reason back, although it's not going to matter for much longer. You were startled when you discovered the headless body. You were horrified when you saw its head hanging in the middle of the room, and laughing So this animated head is usually not that hard to deal with. But you get a black hair from it. If you got the sewing, let me see if I can see if the dog has the sewing kit. Oh, well, suddenly a pair of hairy hands reach out from the shop's window and violently pull you into the darkness. A week later, a mysterious flavor of dog treats are released and become a huge hit among the dog shopkeepers. And that's it. That's the end of Endless Mode. We perished because we were minced and cooked. That was almost 40 minutes. 28 new events, 16 new enemies, 3 new achievements. This is usually the best way to get your events and stuff if you haven't. But hey, that's it. That's probably going to be it for World of Horror for a while. Like I said, I think in episode 1, it might be one of those series that I end up just like, if I'm still working on a thumbnail or something like that, and I don't have the ability to finish it up before it's time to put up a series, I'll just record some of it and put it up. Either that or Mario Kart. But that's yet to be seen because, like, so far I'm on schedule with things. But I appreciate you watching. If you made it to the end of this very, very long video, I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.